So here we are. We're going to do a tire foam comparison. We have Hobbypark Chi-Rax wheels, tires rather. We got some wheels from Amazon. They're budget friendly. They're Beadlocks. And then of course you got your Pro line. These are the XLs, 1.9 Pro line XL tires for the dual stage closed cell, inner soft outer, okay, closed cell inner and soft outer rock crawling. As you can see, I've got some rare earth magnets right here that's holding these screws for me. I'll just pick one off and grab a hold of it and dab her in there. And make sure that you don't start these things crooked in the hole. That is for a fact. I'll pick that one up here in a minute. Only happens on camera, right? That's when it has to happen. Start them like that. Get them run down some. Put this on there and run them down until they stop. That's down, and then just a little bit of a torque. If you over torque these, I'm telling you now, you will snap their heads. That is it right there. Morning coffee time. It's morning coffee time. Okay, it's time. It's time to open up some of these foams. What I'm going to do is I'm going to mount one Pro line and one PowerHobby foam. Okay, one on each one of these wheels. I'm not going to put the weights on them. I'm just going to mount them up and see what they're like. Okay, so I'm going to take one of these PowerHobby foams out of the package, and I'm going to take one of these Pro line foams out of the package. The Pro line packaging has got a Ziploc on them. So, alright. So here is the Pro line foam. That's pretty soft feeling, slippery inside of itself, real easy sliding. The Pro line foam, the outer is really soft. Okay, the inner is pretty stiff. Now, a PowerHobby, that's a little bit stiffer foam there. A little bit stiffer foam. Oh yeah, a lot stiffer actually. Like I said, now this Pro line ring right here, I'm not too sure about it. So we're going to try something here without doing anything else. Well, that's a snug fit on that. Okay, that is definitely a snug fit on that part of it. So we'll see what it does on the ring part of it. Well, that's going to be kind of a Pro line pain there, isn't it? Especially if I'm running weights. Might have to cut that inside out there a little bit. Yeah, on these Pro lines, I'm going to have to cut that inside out some. Ain't no doubt about it. There's a lip in here in this Pro line. That little lip right there. This clamp ring does not want to go through that lip at all. Yeah, you can stretch it over it. I'm sure it's just a closed cell foam. Alright. That is on the clamp ring. Man, oh man. To do that with that mounted in a tire, as you can see, it kind of throws the foam off of the clamp ring on this side of it. And this side of it is practically touching. I don't know if I like that aspect. Okay, let's see what the PowerHobby does. Oh yeah, now that slides right on there. So I like the inner foam of the PowerHobby. That's really nice. Okay, that's nice. So this is PowerHobby with ProLine outer. Okay, PowerHobby with ProLine outer. That ProLine outer is super soft. PowerHobby with the PowerHobby outer. And this makes this thing grow. Ain't no doubt about it. Oh boy, that's a nice snug fit there. Yes, it is. PowerHobby so far might actually be the better setup. Get it centered up here. The outer foam a little bit taller. Of course, this is not inside of a tire or nothing like that. A little bit wider on the outer foam than what it is on the inner foam. Can be a good thing, can be a bad thing. Okay? Get it centered up. Of course, you'll have to center all this up after you put it inside the wheel. Okay, too. So there's that one centered up. PowerHobby with a clamp ring in it. No weights on the clamp ring. Okay. This is the ProLine. And like I said, man, this thing here is super soft. This outside is super duper soft. So I can see where that's going to conform. Okay. Kind of liking the ProLine for the rear. PowerHobby, on the other hand, is kind of stiff on this outer foam. Really, it is stiff. So, oh yeah, that's real stiff. And that's real soft. So here are Hobbypark. Everybody calls them Chiraxes. They're Hyrax knockoff. Cheap. They're super cheap on Amazon. 4 tires. For the price of 2 tires, or actually less than the price of 2 tires. But like I said, now it's nice rubber. It feels good and kind of conformative. Now, this is the foam that comes in these, which actually could be used as an outer foam. Pretty nice. Let's see what that feels like on the PowerHobby. See if it'll slide on there. Yep, it slides on there. Foam experimentations. Foam's where your traction and your stability really comes in at. Now, here's with that foam on there. And this foam is it's stiff. I mean, it's really stiff. That would be good for a heavyweight vehicle. If your vehicle, on your tires, if your vehicle weighs down really, really a whole lot, that foam is what you would want. Here's the foams that I took out of a set of these. You can see they've fallen apart. The glue's still sticky. That glue is still sticky on there. So I don't know what kind of glue they used, but they do fall apart pretty easily. I just put them on in my cabinet, and they actually pulled themselves apart. So now, what am I going to do? Am I going to use these or these? Well, we're doing a comparison video of PowerHobby versus Proline, so I can't really cheat, which I can always take these apart and redo them. Put those foams in them, right? Alright. First tire. The way I understand it, you take these little tires and you open them up, and you got to put your outer foam in first. Squish them in like that. Okay, then you put your inner foam in, and it squishes in and around the same way. Goes down in there, inside the tire. PowerHobby's been in the modeling business, you know, for RCs for quite a while. Quite some time. So, I mean, they know what they're doing. Yeah, that foam and everything fits in there nice. Always take and roll your foams around inside your tire. That kind of helps get everything seated in. And you can look inside. Try to make sure that you're centered up all the way around. A little right there. That way you don't have a wobbly tire. You know? A lot of people make that mistake. Now, if you wanted to, you could always glue this. But I think with the amount of pressure that's going to be on it, you probably wouldn't have to glue it. I got to run a vent hole in my clamp rings so that these will bend. Kind of a pain. Two-stage foams, dual-stage foams, however you want to call them. They are kind of a pain, but they're supposed to be some of the best. People use them all the time. Gives you better sidewall effects and supposed to let your tire conform more to the surface that you're on. Okay, so all right, we got all of our holes drilled in all of our lock rings. You know, we're gonna put this Proline. See how it foams in here. We've taken the factory foam out. We'll pull this Proline foam right here, and we're gonna put it inside of this Chirax tire from Hobbypark. It's a little bigger than what I think we really need, so I'm hoping it doesn't fold up. And now I'm just kind of working it in, just kind of turning it with my fingers, pushing it up inside. And now it's up inside there, okay? Now for this part of the Proline, this inner closed cell foam, I'm kind of working it around a little bit, trying to get it to soften up some, just to get it started in this tire. And inside that foam. These dual stages, you can't put them together. Oh my God, that's tough. Seems like you cannot put them together and then put them in. to the tire, so you got to do them this way without trying to damage the bead on your tire. That's part way in, part way out. These pro lines are tough now. They're kind of hard to work with. I'm hoping that it all seats up for us really nice and fine, but we'll find out here in just a little bit. Gonna put these lock rings in and button it all up. I'm looking down inside, kind of let you see down inside here. That's the way it's looking. It's not real kosher. We gotta get it trued up the best we can inside of here. That pro line inside insert is way out here on the sidewall. But the foam here is a lot softer. This PowerHobby's insert is in here a little bit more. And the foam does not buckle the tire out. Let's take a look here. This one is definitely fuller than what that one is. And it actually increased the height of this versus that. Even though this is a stiffer foam, the tire itself is not full out. The Pro line is full out. So that makes me wonder which one would be the best. The one where the tire is supported but not fully puffed like the Pro line. And it makes you wonder, do you want to put the Pro line on the back and the power on the front because it is a stiffer outer foam? You can see your tire will actually buckle up here, and the tire here doesn't really want to buckle. It'll conform, and so will this one. So we'll do a sidewall check. We'll push on this right here without it even being mounted up. And then we'll push on this right here. Makes you think maybe the Pro line would be good on the back and the PowerHobby on the front. This is just running the PowerHobby foams only with no additional foam in it whatsoever. I thought about putting these in with it and having a triple stage foam because this is super soft. That's like a medium, and then that's your hard. And that would probably puff this tire out nicely and fill it full. But let's get these inserts put in, get these wheels put on, we'll see how it feels in. Alright, so I've got the lock rings in place, okay? Now we'll put these together. Now I'm going to put these together without putting any Loctite on these screws because I might end up taking them apart. I probably will take them apart anyway, so there is no sense in putting any Loctite on something that you know you're going to take back apart, right? So I've got the Pro line marked on the inside in here with some gold marker paint. Now, it feels a little fuller, okay, than what the PowerHobby does. The PowerHobby is there. The Pro line is here. I think that the sides of them, according to what I'm seeing, the Pro line's puffed out just a little bit more than what the PowerHobby is. Okay, the squishiness of it and the squishiness of it, turn it over this way, these are a lot firmer, but they're not as full. So it's like an underinflated tire in the center of it, because the edges are sticking up the way that they need to be. And then this one here is like a little bit overinflated because the center of it's sticking above the edges. So with that being said, I'm wondering if I need to run the Pro line on the front and the PowerHobby on the back. Leave your comments in the comment section. Tell me which one you think you would run on the front versus the back. The Pro line will have more sidewall stability for turning, feels like. But the PowerHobby might work pretty good on the back, but it's also stable in the front. But the sidewalls, I think, will give a little more. I've just got 2 screws in the back. Oh man, that's a hard thing to tell by laying here on the bench. So the only thing I know to do, mount up 2 more, one with the Pro line, one with the PowerHobby, and then we'll put them on the truck. We'll charge a battery, and we'll take it and we'll run it around. It's raining cats and dogs outside today, so we'll have to run it around in the house and see how it conforms. Set up. Alright, we've got them all mounted up here. These here are the Pro lines. I've got them marked on the hex adapters back here on the hubs. I got those marked with some gold. I don't know if you can see that or not. And these here are the PowerHobbies inserts in them. Now, the PowerHobbies go together a lot easier than what the Pro lines do, because of that little lip right here inside of the Pro line. I still haven't figured out why Pro line's done that, but you know, that makes it kind of a pain. Now, the Pro line outer foam is really soft. And I did play with the stock outer foams a while ago as I was inserting these PowerHobby ones. I was putting them with these, and I actually triple staged just to see what it would do. Now with the PowerHobby outer foam and the inner foam, closed cell foam, and then this outside is a little bit too much foam in there. But I can always use these outers for those inners right there too. So I might be able to just buy some inner foams. I'll check with PowerHobby, because I don't care for the Pro line inner foams because of that lip in there. I have no idea why Pro line done that. That makes it a real pain. I don't need that lip in there on something like this for a crawler. I can understand having that lip in there if you've got a glue-on kind of situation. I understand that, because that lip would actually go down inside of that groove, you know, on the XLs. and it would seal up like that. Would be no problem. Now I'm going to go ahead and put the other screws in this wheel, and I think I've got one of these that I've got to put the other screws in back here, and then we're going to get it on a truck. Alright, for this test, I'm going to use my TRX4 Sport. It's all stock. These are the Canyon Trail tires and wheels that come with a stock TRX4 Sport. Now, the only thing I have done is put a low center of gravity battery tray in this, okay? And I'm going to mount these things on the fronts. We're going to see what these Canyon Trails do in their stock form. The truck has been run, been in some water and stuff, so the foams are broke in on these. So we're going to see how these things can form. Here we go. Indoor, in the room, obstacle course. That's with the Canyon Trails. This side pressure. Alright, we've got the Chi-Rax tires mounted on the Hobbypark wheels with the Pro Line dual stage 1.9 XL foams in them. And this is all a 1.9 on this stock Traxxas TRX4 Sport yet. We're going to see what these things do, how they can form here, and see if we can get us a nice little shot of some tire deflection and conformity. That's not bad. I'm still running the stock in the back, so all I'm doing is changing out the front. Sidewall gripping, pressure on the side. Okay, now we've got the PowerHobby dual stage foams, 1.19 or 4.19 size in here. Same tire brand, the Hobbypark Chi-Rax or Hi-Rax from Hobbypark. Okay, but these foams are a little bit harder. They're a little bit stiffer. So we're going to see what they do on the front of this TRX4 Sport. And here we go. Not too much conforming going on there on that one. These are all brand new. I'm going to come over this side a little bit and hit this side first. it all the way to this stock truck on this side. Let's see how they conform. Well, all right. I do believe that kind of gives me an idea of what we're after and what we've got. I'm thinking about running the Proline tires after I modify the closed cell inserts, Proline inserts rather, foams, dual stage foams. I'm going to have to take that little inner ring out of those Proline, I do believe, just because I need to add some weight to these wheels. I don't comp run, so I always add weight to them. Now the Prolines are a little softer. They do conform a little bit better. And what I'm thinking about doing is running the Prolines on the front and running the PowerHobby two-stage foams on the back because they're a little stiffer. You're crawling up a hill all the way to the truck goes to the back end. And so I think the back end needs to be a little stiffer. Even though they are a little smaller in size, I think the back end needs to be a stiffer foam. And so with that being said, I do believe that's what I'm going to end up doing. I'll take these back apart and I'm going to play around with them a little bit more. And I do believe I'm going to leave these on this TRX4 Sport and run them. The Chirax tires seem to work. The Hobbypark wheels are terrific. Takes a little time to put them all together, but they're good quality wheels for the money. You can't beat them. I really like them. They're big enough in the center of the hole is big enough to where if you want to run wheel adapters, wheel spacers, it's inset enough to where you can actually do that. So those wheels are nice. Those tires are nice. And I think with the Proline foams that's in them on the floor and the PowerHobby foams that's in the ones on the truck right now, I think I'll have a pretty good chance of crawling up some major obstacles, you know, have all kinds of fun with these happy challenges on the trails.